Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing amazing. And today's video is going to very super duper because today we are learning the concept of arrays and strings. So if you have not checked my previous video where I explained basic structure of C++, data types, input, output, conditions, if else if, nested if, switch statement, etc. Then different kind of loops, for loop, while, do while loop, how you are making use of loop, why loops are necessary. So today we will be learning arrays. So before starting with arrays, right? Uh, why do we need arrays? So if I tell you, take input of 10 numbers and print it, right? Let me do it. What I'll do is I'll simply erase my previous code. Okay. So let's say I'm telling you, take input of some 10 numbers. Take input of 10 numbers and print it. You know how to do it, right? We have done it in our previous videos, right? Like what we have done, we need a data type that is integer. Numbers will take the integer. So what I will be doing is take number 1, then declare number 2, then declare number 3, so on up to number 10, right? So on up to number 10, we are going to declare it. But what if I tell you like print 100 numbers? It is time consuming, but still you will do it. What if I tell you print thousands of numbers, right? You need just to print thousands of numbers, you have to spend lot of line of code. And what exactly you're doing? You're just you're just declaring those thousands of variables like number 1 to those thousands of numbers, then taking input and you're just printing. So this is where array comes into picture, right? So if you see this code, int number 1, number 2, number 3, what is the similar term? We can see the variable are of similar type and they belong to same data type. What we doing is similar variable name with same data type, which we are declaring. It means if you I ask you to print 10 numbers, I'm declaring 10 variables of same type integer. If I'm telling take input of 10 floating point numbers, so instead of int, what you're doing is you're either writing float or you're writing double, right? But here the variable is similar, but it belongs to same data type. So can I say that array is a collection of elements of same data type? It means it is nothing but a collection of few elements but which belong to same data type. If you're storing numbers, all should be number. If you're storing string, all the values, if you're storing 10 numbers, okay, in array, all 10 locations should be numbers. If it is alphabet, then it should be alphabet. You can't say, okay, I'm declaring an array in that few numbers, few variables contain numbers, few alphabets, and few special characters. No, it should be of same type. Even you are declaring, eventually compiler is converting it to the data type it want. Okay, so in very simple term, you can call array as a container where you can store similar data types. So let me just define it. Array is a container where you're going to store similar data type. So okay, here we are storing, right? So how we are storing it? So let's say if I'm telling int number 1, which is equal to 50. So where it is storing? If you ask me where they're storing number one, I don't know. It is somewhere in a computer memory location. Okay. So let's say you are having in a computer somewhere. Okay, let me annotate it. In a computer, let's say you are having some memory location where you are storing this number one. Okay. This is the memory location where you're storing this num, and that memory location variable number one where the value which you are giving, that is 50. So here you are giving value as 50 in this particular memory location. Okay. So what is happening here is the computer, it is choosing a memory location and storing the value as 50. To access that memory location, let's say this say number one, it is stored somewhere in a memory location. I wanted to access it. So what I'm doing is I'm just, instead of value, what I'm doing is I'm accessing by using AND operator. So let me try to run this code. So you can see here, this is the memory location where this number one is stored inside computer memory. So to access that particular memory location, we are using AND operator. If I remove AND, I'm getting value. The value present at that memory location, which is this 50, which you have given. Okay. So now we understood the storage part. So let's understand how we're going to declare an array. Okay, so I'll not waste the time. What I'm doing is int. I'm taking a variable name of size. Let's say I'll just print 5 numbers. Okay. So this 5 is nothing but how many elements that array can have. And the way these 5 elements are stored is contiguous. It means initially we don't know where the variable is stored. It is somewhere in memory location. But I can say those all 5 elements are contiguous. So the first element is at place 0. Then I can definitely say the next element is at the memory location 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay. So how to access it? Okay. So let's say these 5 elements, in order to access it, I'm giving few numbers. Okay. And now I wanted to access the first element. So one more thing, array is zero-based index. Okay. It is zero-based index. It means array of 0. Okay. This first A of the first element which starts with 0 and which is nothing but this one. Your array of 1, right? Your array of 1, which is nothing but this value 2. So let's say if I'm simply printing array of 0, what exactly is happening is it is giving me the first element. What is our first element? That is this one. So let's me put just something, give some other element at first place. Okay. H. And I'm running. So first element is array of 0 is 78. Then if I wanted to print array of 1, that is the second element, which is 2. Array of 3 is nothing but this third element, which is 3, right? So example, let's say how to print all the numbers. I don't wanted to simply print all the numbers one after one, like doing cout a of 0, cout a of 1. So as we learned from our previous videos, a very simple thing which we can think of is loops. Why I should write cout 5 times, or why I should write cout the times of array size, right? So write a loop for it, right? For int I equal to 0, I less than, for here the size is 5, so I'm giving 5, I plus plus. Okay, so I'm simply writing cout array of I, and just I'm giving some space between them. So I'll explain this A of I, right? So A of I is nothing but initially I will be 0. So initially it will be A of 0. After incrementing, it will be A of 1. Then after incrementing again, it will be A of 2. So on up to this condition, that is A of 4. So every time this loop is running. So in case if you didn't understood this, please go back and check my video of loops. You will understand how exactly for loop is working. Okay. So let me simply run it. So yeah, am I printing these things? But it is hard coded, right? What if? What if I'm telling you input 10 numbers and print them? How we can do it? Let's do it, right? Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm simply removing this for now. And one more thing I wanted to tell you. If the array values are not declared, let's say I have not declared this array values and I'm trying to run them. Okay. So it will give me some garbage value. In some compiler, it is giving 0. In some compiler, it will give runtime error. And in some compiler, it will give garbage value, which I'm showing. I'm using some different compiler. And here, when I'm running the same code, you can see here, it is giving me some garbage value. I have not declared this array. I have not given what A of 0 contain, what A of 1 contain, what A of 2 contain. So when I'm printing A of 0 to A of 4, it is giving me some garbage value. So it is important to declare and initialize the array. So you should initialize its initial value. Okay. So we are going to write a program to input some numbers and print. So what we'll do is, I wanted to print 10 numbers. So basic thing, Cin, right? Cin array of I. Hope you understood why array of I. I'm taking same thing. What I'm doing is I'm just copy pasting same loop. Instead of Cin, I'm just doing cout array of I and giving some space. Or I can print it in a next line. That also I can do. So when I'm running it, okay. So what I have done here, some runtime error. What is the runtime error? Oh, I have to give the input here, right? I'm not given it. 1, 45, 67, 87, 90. So now when I'm running it, you will not get the error. So this is the sample output. Okay. And one more thing, as I mentioned, if you're not taking any input, right, it is taking some garbage value, and it is taking, and let's say the array size is 5 here, okay, and let me make it 10 and let me print 10 elements because the loop is running 10 times. Okay. Okay, so whatever sample input I'm giving, I'm getting output for that. I have given input of 9 numbers, but 11 numbers, but I'm getting output only 10 numbers because loop is running only for 10 times. Okay, so let's say the array size is 10, which is from this A of 0 to A of 9, right? 0 to 9, it is storing 10 elements. What if? What if I'm trying to access the location beyond this? What if I wanted to access A of 11? Or what if I wanted to access A of 12? Right? What it is giving. So if I do that, it will give some compiler error, runtime error, or sometimes it will throw you some garbage value if it is invalid memory location. So we understood what exactly array is. It is nothing but a container which is storing data of same data type. So if someone is giving me or someone is telling me, hey, there are 100 different types of books are there, write a program for storing those. I'm not literally declaring 100 different variables. Or let's make it very simple. Okay, you're giving me a program to write sum of two numbers 100 times. Like 100 times you're giving me two different inputs and doing. I'm not going to declare those 100 variables, right? What I'm doing is I'm declaring a array. I'm running a loop for it. or or let's say you are very simple one. You're asking me to print, you're asking me to print first 100 numbers, or first 100 odd numbers, or first 100 even numbers, right? You want me to enter them and print them, or you wanted to you're asking me, okay, a user is inputting some data of same type. It can be number, it can be alphabet, and that I'm going to print it. So if user is inputting 100 times, I'm not going to declare 100 different variables. In such cases, I'm using container. One of the container is array. There are different containers which we are going to learn in upcoming videos. So I guess we are done with arrays. So yeah, array is done. Then let me explain basics of strings, right? So we already know strings, which we have done in data type. So let me comment this part. This is for operator is used for multi-line commenting, slash star and star slash. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm declaring a string. And I'm giving a name. Wait. String str, which is equal to hi. How are you? How are you? And I'm just doing cout str. Let's see what happens. Okay. What is the error which I'm getting? Let me just try to print. Okay, string. This is small. Oh, one more error. I got it here. Let me run it. Okay, so my output is high. I'm not giving any input for now because this was for array. And what if I'm giving hi, how are you? Okay. Okay, so this is how you're printing this string. Before string, just explain. Let me explain you one thing. We have some data type called as character, which is only storing single character. Okay, so if I'm saying char c equal to some alphabet, or even I'm storing beyond it, right? Like ABC. I won't be able to do it actually. And if I'm doing sing, Let me see what happens. Okay, I'm not. Okay. It is just taking one character. Okay, that is C. So character is a data type. It is not taking a string. It is taking only one alphabet at any point of time. Okay, so if you're putting more than one elements, it is just taking one element from there. Okay, so here, can I say, this string is a character array? Because array is a collection of same data type and string is a collection of alphabet, right? Alphabet and special characters. So string character can store any character, any English character, any alphabet, anything, but it is just only one. It can't be more than one. So string is nothing but it is a character array. Okay. So what is the size of this string? We have some inbuilt C++ functions for that. Before that, let me explain you just to prove. Let's say I'm printing this cout str and I'm getting hi, how are you, right? Let me print something str of 0, right? It is h. Let's say let me print somewhere here in between str of 5. I'm just trying to print in terms of array format. How we declare array? In the square brackets, right? So it is W. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And in order to know the size of this string, we have something called as size function. So let me say I wanted to int length, which is equal to str dot size. And here I'm simply printing length of the string, right? Let me just print it. So length of this string is 14 and fifth character is W. So yeah, this is length of the string and this is the string. So instead of hi, how are you? I'll just put it, how is your coding going on? So this is how it is and its size is 27. Okay. So in today's video, we learned about array and string as well. So I'm just marking it as done. This is also done. So if you understood this video, please like and subscribe this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good day. Bye.